Are you a referee or an actor or a writer or a tactician or an improviser or a teacher or a story guide? How many hats do you have to wear to be a game master? How many skills do you have to master? Almost none. And you might have a better game if you let go of the master in Gamemaster. The best book I've read about role-playing that's not a book about role-playing, I'm going to tell you about at the end. I think many of you will find it really, really interesting. Stick around to find out. When we watch somebody else game master, particularly in a YouTube video that's got editing, it can seem like they are a miracle worker, spinning so many plates at once, in control of so many different things, the skills they have. And then we can look on YouTube about how to GM, and there are plenty of people saying, well, you've got to be all of these things. And confusingly, others saying, well, you're this, but you're not that. You're a game master and not an actor, and you're a storyteller and you're not an improviser. And it just gets very confusing. And I think one of the things that stops people taking the game master role in games is the name. They think that in order to do the job, you've got to master these skills. You don't. Essentially, there's only two umbrella skills for being a game master. Skill trees, if we want to gamify this. And they are referee and storyteller. The referee's job is to know the rules, is to make judgments, is to interpret die rolls, is to be fair. The storyteller's job is to describe the world and what happens and create plot and mystery and intrigue. It's to present the story. There are tricks to both, but you don't have to master either of them. You will see people in videos saying not to compare yourself to professional voice actors who are presenting a role-playing show on YouTube, which is edited to make sure you never see them fumbling around in a rulebook or forgetting about any of the things their character can do. While I would say that you are not a voice actor alone, being a game master is being a performer. But people misunderstand acting. They think that means doing funny voices. It doesn't have to do funny voices. A conversation with an NPC can just as validly be, I walk up to the NPC and I ask them some questions about local rumours. Okay, well, they tell you that there are rumours about these things. You don't have to act out conversations if you and your players don't want to. If you'd like to get better at that, if you'd like to know more about how I approach playing an NPC, watch out for a video on that soon. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be told when it comes up. Referees in any other game or sport check rulebooks. They consult with colleagues. They get rulings. They talk to the players. We can do that too. If you don't know what the rule is for falling damage, and what book ever indexes that well, you can ask your players, do you remember what it is? Is it? Okay, I'll look in that chapter. You don't need to be the expert. No one wants you to have memorized the rules. What we need to do is know where to find them. Storytelling as well isn't a solo activity. We're not a writer, we are storytelling. Part of that is writing stuff beforehand, part of that is coming up with things on the fly, but all of it is done with other people, collaboratively. You're part of a group. If you've subscribed already, you might have seen my video about AI and why there is something better than AI that you can use to get you past the blank white page. It is good to look at your session and think to yourself at the end, what could have been better? Where can I improve? and to work on those areas. But I guarantee you they will fall into one of two areas: storytelling or refereeing. It might be as simple as go through the rulebook and put in some bookmarks. Make yourself a little GM screen or handout with the tables on it you consult most often, rather than flicking through things. It might be you want to get better at improvising or thinking up characters. Now, I did promise you at the beginning of this video a book recommendation for a book that I think is brilliant for role players, even though it's not about role playing. Let me give you that now. Improv by Keith Johnstone. I found this invaluable as a game master. Not all of it, because I'm not doing improv in a theatre, but for non-player characters, thinking about the relationships between them and the players and how I can embody that through their language choices and, to an extent, body language. Chapters in this have been absolutely invaluable. It's not a new book, it's quite an old book. You can probably find it secondhand on eBay. Give it a look. You will find useful things in here. I guarantee it. And with all storytelling, there's one more trick. One thing that I do that I think will take your games up a notch. And that's how you start a campaign. I've got a video about that up here. Go and watch that one, and I'll see you later.